Hello and welcome to RaceGOW3 presented by WeBLEEDfpv. I'm your host, Dan Sugano, aka FPV Skittles, and in this video we're going to be building and flying track number 1, which was created by RECK and is sponsored by TinyWhoop.
Hello, I'm Rab.
Tanner here, Rush FPV.
I'm Wes, also known as Blue Jay FPV.
It's Custom here, and Nightwing.
Hello, it's your boy. Birds aren't real.
My name is Jeff here.
Hey everyone, it's Tyrant.
I love tinywhoop.com. Order from it all the time.
Always refer everyone to go there to get all their stuff.
TinyWhoop has always been my go-to store.
I always check tinywhoop.com first.
It's the best.
He loves shopping at tinywhoop.com.
TinyWhoop.com because it is my favorite store.
I've been shopping through the TinyWhoop website for many years.
TinyWhoop.com is not monitored by the CIA.
The reason I prefer TinyWhoop is because they have everything that I need.
They've got everything you need to get your whoop in the air.
Motors, batteries, frames, whatever.
Jesse's massive motor selection.
Biggest selection of whoop motors you can find on the market.
Custom dyed frame.
Blacklight reactive dyed meteor frame.
Small batch products such as my Fleetbox line and the prop poppers and stuff like that.
Props dyed watermelon colored. PP.
The pinch cam.
And HD Zero, they have those.
All kinds of LEDs.
He has a whole bunch of different colors that you can choose from, so you can really customize your drones and make them truly your own.
Where else are you gonna go to get all your LED stuff? Duh.
And they also have gates.
Star shape, heart shape, TinyWhoop balloon gate kit, regular cubes, but they're great.
So you can set up a track at your house.
Teensy Play-Doh tub. This light bulb I flew through one time.
The handwritten notes, the little pieces of candy, the playing cards. You never know what you're gonna get.
RC cars. Look, mine's full of Godzillas. Importantly, copious amounts of stickers.
TinyWhoop's got you covered.
They have been the primary supporter of the community since the very beginning.
Shout out to Jesse P.
I love being part of the community that Jesse has created here because it's something special.
Jesse does a great job listening to the community.
I am not being held captive and being forced to put this out against my will.
I always trust them to get me the things I need. So go check them out.
If you love whoops, then make sure to check out tinywhoop.com.
TinyWhoop.com is also my go-to store for all of my whoop gear, and I also believe they have the best customer service in the business. Alright, so now let's get into the building and flying of track number 1. As you can see here, in Season 3 I'm going to have the track built ahead of time so you have an idea of what you're building before you start putting it together. So I'm going to break it down now and then we'll build it back up. Now we've got it broken down. You see the elements for the start gate and the elements for the foursquare we had in the back and the extra pieces you'll have here. Plus you can make this little thing with 2 of your extra T's, which is just a section, a T, another section, and then a T this way. This will help us with the spacing. You'll see that once I put it together. And we have 4 extra sections and 1 extra elbow if you build it the same way I do with the standard RaceGOW kit. And oh, there's also a bunch of little cut-off sections of PVC, extra PVC, that I use for the support feet. Those aren't totally necessary, but they help the gate stand up better. Okay, so let's get into the build now. So I'm going to build the different elements. We're going to start with the start gate. Now we got the start gate. Let's set this down here towards the front. Now let's build the foursquare in the back. So in the middle of the foursquare, you're going to need a 5-way, or if you just have a 4-way, that's like a cross, that works as well. Or you can even just do it with a T facing down and then bring this section of PVC above, just above the T, and kind of leave it floating there or tape it to the T. On the top of the square on the right side, if you're facing from the start gate, you're going to have a flag, so you want a T up there instead of an elbow. Alright, so now we have the foursquare built, and let's put the feet on so it'll stand up. So now we have the foursquare set with the feet. The last piece is the pole here. Our start gate. And for the spacing, what you're going to want to do is this where this extra little section I made, 2 sections 2 T's comes in handy. If you put it here and slide it into the center pole and then line that up straight coming out of the thing, then you want to center your start gate as if there was a pipe here. So I'm gonna line that up about here. So you can see the plane of the Foursquare should be what is the equivalent of 2 gate spaces, or 48 inches minimum if you're using the minimum gate sizes, to the start of the start gate. So that means if you're using like AIO size gates, which would be 28 inches square each, then your spacing has to be 2 gate spaces still, which is 28 inches instead. So then you're pushing your spacing out from 48 inches to what? 56 inches total. All right, so then when you're actually going to fly, I suggest, of course, taking this section off, putting it to the side because you don't want extra things to run into in your path. And then the final element is, if you have an RF timer, I suggest putting it kind of right here on the start, facing to the left side if you're looking at the track from the start gate side, because you're going to come around here at the end, you'll see, and go through the start gate, probably coming from this side onto the next lap. If you're brand new to RaceGOW and you have no idea what I'm talking about and you don't even know how to get started, visit RaceGOW3 and all the information about the game can be found on the website. And I also suggest joining the Discord so you can join the community and ask questions directly there to me or other members of the community. Alright, so now that we've got it all built and spaced properly, let's go to the fly-through so you know the path for RaceGOW3 track number 1, which was created by RECK and is sponsored by TinyWhoop. Here's the fly-through for RaceGOW3 track number 1, created by RECK and sponsored by TinyWhoop. So you're going to start from behind the start-finish gate facing the Foursquare, and you're going to fly forward through the start-finish gate and then into the bottom right of the Foursquare going away. Then it's going to be a forced ladder to the right. You have to spin right around and then into the upper right side of the Foursquare. Then from here, there's going to be a bunch of different options to make your way around to the top left side of the Foursquare, which you're going to then fly through front to back, and then forced left ladder down, and then you fly through the bottom left of the Foursquare. After that, you're going to take a right turn, spin all the way around the outside of the Foursquare, over the top, around the pole, and then continue right turn, back down, and through the start-finish gate. So that's one lap, and I'm going to demonstrate it again with the left turn here, going into the left forced ladder, around the outside, around the pole, and back to the start gate. So that's one way you can do it. Another way you could do it is you could keep spinning right, come around the right here, and then go into the third gate, left ladder down, and then spin back to the start. Or what most the racers are probably going to do, the fastest guys, are going to do a corkscrew-like maneuver. See how well I can do that in the UWO. It would be a lot tighter, but that's the idea. And then back around and back to the start. So those are the laps for RaceGOW3 track number 1. Which way do you want to do the transition from gate 2 to 3? It's up to you. You got 3 options. Doing them here again a little faster. Oop, almost fell off. And of course the corkscrew. See if I can do it better. Oh, not really. Back to the start. Have fun with this one. Alright, so for RaceGOW3 I'm going to do the example laps with the HD0 all-in-one. Not bad. So just as a little preview, here's some laps with the Lux hand, which is going to come on the freestyle binding fly. that I think you're going to be able to pre-order on the 15th when the race one comes out. This one has plugs and the 36,000 kV. 36,000 kV. Oh, let's get the last one right. The 36,000 kV motors. So a little spicier than you'll get on the binder slide, but this is the standard quality. You can see it's definitely better than the Eco. I might need to adjust some settings because it's really bright in here, but it looks great. And it's definitely more what you're used to when you're thinking of like HD0.